Good afternoon, and welcome to Mid-America Regional Council's Local Officials Briefing for Friday, June 12th. Today we'll take a look at the current situation and what has happened over the past week. I am Mike Parker, and I will be presenting today on behalf of the Mid-America Regional Council. Should you have any questions during the briefing, please add them to the comment section of the video, and we'll do our best to respond at a future briefing. Common operating picture. The KC Region COVID-19 Resource Hub is publicly available at preparemetrokc.org. The Resource Hub is updated daily with the most current information on COVID-19 cases, tests, and deaths as reported by the 9 counties in our region and Kansas City, Missouri. The Resource Hub now includes a link to a summary of regional reopening plans in each jurisdiction. This document will be updated regularly with new information as it becomes available for future reopening phases. This is a comparison of daily case averages over two-week periods, the first period being 15 May to 28 May, and the second period being 29 May to 11 June. On Tuesday, June 9th, the Multi-Agency Coordination Group met to discuss our collaborative response efforts now and into the future. As we continue to move through reentry and recovery, MACG meetings will be convened as often as needed and at least monthly. The MAC system of agencies and individuals throughout the region and MARC will continue to meet on a regular basis to work on the emergency support functions. Teams are organizing to execute a regional action agenda that was developed cooperatively with MARC on behalf of the MAC group and local health departments. Priorities include data collection, testing, tracing, communications, supply chain, and support services for vulnerable populations. This work at the region level will supplement and enhance local efforts to mitigate the spread of the virus. The MACG is scheduled to meet again on July 9th. Additional information about these public meetings is available on the public meeting calendar at www.marc.org. Strategic objectives. Discussions and future action are guided by these strategic objectives. Lifelines. The status of all 7 lifelines throughout the region is green, but are hampered by a shortage of personal protective equipment where consumption rate is still exceeding the supply rate throughout the region. Otherwise, all lifelines are functioning as required with no mission-critical shortages of personnel, equipment, or supplies forecast for the next week. Visit our Safe Return KC page to view reentry resources and download the Safe Return Guide and summary of initial reopening plans for our region. The Safe Return KC Guide provides a roadmap for organizations of all types across the region to use as we reopen our workplaces while considering the public health needs of our workforce, stakeholders, customers, and the community. These pages, showing reopening plans by jurisdiction, are available at Prepare Metro KC. And these pages, showing a summary of gating criteria for each jurisdiction, are also available at Prepare Metro KC. Now, I will provide a brief update on supporting functions and disciplines. ESF 8, Public Health and Medical Services. Testing. Testing information continues to be available on each local health department website and can be accessed on preparemetrokc.org. Both states have provided additional test resources, resulting in increased testing. These test resources are prioritized for hotspots and high-risk areas. Rapid ID tests for point-of-care testing will not be available until August due to supply chain issues. These tests could be used prior to shifts of staff for long-term care facilities or other high-risk areas. The regional lab capacity currently available has been focused on processing specimens collected on symptomatic populations and in response to outbreaks. As additional resources become available, testing sites have been opened for asymptomatic individuals in both vulnerable and general populations. Mid-America Regional Council is working with local public health directors and local federally qualified health centers to plan for the formation of 2 bi-state strike teams to augment local health departments in their outbreak management capacity. In the last week, testing capacity has expanded. CVS has started testing at 12 sites in KC Metro, and you can find testing site locations on the resource hub located at preparemetrokc.org. Good afternoon, and welcome to Mid-America Regional Council's local officials briefing for Friday, June 12th. Today we'll take a look at the current situation and what has happened over the past week. I am Mike Parker, and I will be presenting today on behalf of the Mid-America Regional Council. Should you have any questions during the briefing, please add them to the comment section of the video, and we'll do our best to respond at a future briefing. Contact tracing web-based training is available through the Johns Hopkins University at the site shown. Hospitals. Staff report they still have COVID-19 patients and patients who are persons under investigation in area hospitals, though the rate of hospitalization has decreased. However, with hospitals increasing elective procedure, surge capacity is decreasing. ESF 6, Mass Care, Emergency Assistance, Temporary Housing, and Human Services. Visit preparemetrokc.org if you need support with food, childcare, job loss, home learning, and more. These resources are updated daily. Additionally, the Medical Reserve Corps is currently on a 2-week rest cycle, but continues to recruit volunteers. For more information, visit their site at www.mrckc.org. This is ESF 6's common operating picture. Look at the enormous support provided from all sectors of the community. Thank you for being part of the solution. It's making a difference. ESF 7 Logistics, Personal Protective Equipment, PPE. ESF 7 continues to work with MARC's staff on PPE cooperative purchasing efforts through the Kansas City Regional Purchasing Cooperative. As the region's response to COVID-19 pandemic intensifies, MARC and the Kansas City Regional Purchasing Cooperative worked with input from local jurisdictions, including healthcare facilities, fire, and law enforcement, to establish a regional purchasing cooperative contract for PPE on behalf of MARC members. 9 contracts were awarded for N95 masks, face shields, gloves, gowns, caps, and shoe covers. ESF 14, Community Recovery. The ESF 14 team continues planning and support efforts in areas of utilities, childcare, food demands, housing evictions, and foreclosures. In addition, the team is exploring methods to enhance opportunities to identify, plan for, and support efforts addressing economic recovery. ESF 15, Emergency Public Information. ESF 15 is in the process of developing a communications strategy to promote COVID-related behavior change among the public and vulnerable populations. Reopening plans continue to be updated as things change. Public health officials are still learning how this disease evolves and necessitating changes in criteria as more is learned. Areas of the metro have transitioned to local jurisdiction recovery plans to allow for the safe reopening of communities. Unsure of which plan you fall under? Visit preparemetrokc.org to view a list of recovery plans in the metro. And a reminder, recovery plans are not a return to normal. Returning to some form of normal will take a long time. But stopping the spread of COVID-19 is everyone's responsibility, and we all need to do our part to protect ourselves, our loved ones, and our community. Remember hashtag SafeReturnKC. Stay kind, stay safe, and stay apart. In closing, we remind you that we're posting these periodic briefings to the Prepare Metro KC YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the channel and sign up for alerts to receive notifications of future briefings. We will monitor comments posted to the briefing videos for questions that we can answer in future briefings. Thank you for your attention. This concludes our briefing.